Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today we're playing another Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. So, this one was sent in by Riggsen, I think. I don't remember him sending me this, but I found it, and it's a good replay. So, I guess I'm going to cast it. I can't find out where this came from. I don't know if, because this is a fairly old one. It's fairly low down in my replays folder at the moment. So, I think it must have been before I swapped over to Discord, because I can't find it in Discord anywhere. So, sorry, Riggsen. But I completely forgot when you sent this. But hey, it's a good one, so let's do it. So, it's against Chaos, right? It's Greenskins versus Chaos, which I think is generally a very fun match. Here you can see Goblin Wolf Riders. There's a lot of Savage Orc Biggins dotted around here. So, yeah, these guys are very scary. Very scary indeed. Really good weapon strength, so they can kill Marauders very quickly. With the War, their melee attack is just phenomenal. Terrible melee defense. They'll die in seconds. Archers will kill them in seconds. Don't have to worry about archers, because, well, there aren't any, because it's, you know, chaos. So that's good. And, yeah, they're just very, very reliable units. I really like them. Also, a Giant. Giant's great when you don't have to worry too much about missiles. And yes, I know there are some missiles coming in, but it's not the end of the world, okay? But yeah, Giant's great. Just ludicrous amounts of weapon strength. They are so good, and the more expensive the thing you have them on, the better. It's that simple, right? It doesn't matter what it is, because they don't rely on a lot of armor, so it's not you need to keep away from armor-piercing stuff. No, get into anything. The main thing with them is that their splash damage isn't the greatest. They'll hit a few units, but not like a gigantic amount. So the best thing to do is just put them in the most expensive thing, because they hit so hard, whatever they touch will die. So if they touch, you know, 3 units with every swing of that club, that's dead, 3 dead units. So if you've got them against something like, I don't know, Marauders, it's going to take forever to kill them and you're not going to get value. Got them against Chosen, they're going to get value. It's that simple. The more expensive the thing, the better the Giant do, which is fun. I think that's really interesting. There's no sort of hard counter to the Giants in terms of, you know, what they're fighting. Sure, you want to kind of keep away from anti-large, but still, they'll just do so much damage against, like, elite anti-large stuff. We've got backup of things like the Savage Orc Biggins. They're going to have a whale of a time. Anyway, Savage Orc Arrow Boys as well. These guys aren't good enough in combat that they don't have to worry too much about sort of hounds trying to get on top of them and things like that. They can kind of look after themselves, which is pretty good. It's pretty useful. Again, like, no melee defense. They really don't care about their own lives, but they do have the physical resist, which is nice. Also, a few Black Orcs here. So there's one unit of Black Orcs, and there's the Crimson Killaz, which is great to see. Sadly, you know, just tiny model counts on the Crimson Killaz. 45 is kind of depressing, but thing is, they usually just get whittled down by artillery and things, but you don't have to worry too much about that against Chaos. I mean, yeah, they can have a Hell Cannon, but generally you're safe in most cases. So, yeah, these guys are great. Amazing splash damage and huge weapon strength and armor piercing. Load of armor. So these guys will just kill anything they touch. So, even if there's not that many of them, they have the splash damage. So it's almost like there's 3 times as many. So it's pretty great. It's pretty great. Also, a rock lobber. I'm thinking of the, yeah, goblin is the ammunition. No, these are the crew this time round. These aren't dwarfs. Anyway, Goblin Rocklobber, great for killing Chosen. They're just great for hitting elite infantry, especially when they're slow moving. You know, these guys can get some good work done. So I really like that as a pick. And finally in the front to 8 Peak Loonies. And finally, because yeah, I forgot Azag. Azag's here too, so he's got Spirit Leech, and that's it. So he's got the War and he's got Spirit Leech. He can cause terror, he's got armor piercing, he's got the you know, poison damage on his melee attack as well. Pretty low melee defense, not the best armor in the world, but he can do some good hit and runs for sure. So I like that. I like that. Now his opponent is actually Sarmatian. That's right, Sarmatian. You know him by now. So, Marauder Horsemen. So the Marauder Horsemen, yeah, they've got some missile damage, but they've got to watch out for archers. They don't have the best range. You see they are getting whittled down somewhat. Also, there's Chaos Marauders in the front line. So, nice just to take the flak initially. He's got some Chaos Warhounds of Poison as well. And over here, he's got one more Marauder Horseman to, you know, come in and be sneaky. And the best stuff is in the back. So he's got the Mirror Guard, very capable. The Mirror Guard, love him. Also, Chosen. Chosen with great weapons and Chosen with great weapons. So the Chosen with great weapons, great armor piercing, they're going to really help against things like Black Orcs, but they have so much armor they can fight anything else pretty happily. Same with the Mirror Guard and the Chosen, to be honest. It's pretty great. I mean, yeah, the Chosen and the Mirror Guard, not as good against Black Orcs, but everything else, they can just sit and fight for hours, because they just have so much armor. Also, Selthoriel, the Overwatcher, so yeah, great Great choice here, I think. Don't have to worry too much about sort of a huge amount of missile fire, because you see he's got very good missile resistance at 60%. Also, he's got some good magic resistance at 25, not too bad. He has taken one Spirit Leech, by the way. That's where his health has gone. So Spirit Leech doesn't do a huge amount of damage to him because of that magic resist. But he does a Final Transmutation, he's got Searing Doom, he's got Plague of Rust, so he's got some good utility there. And he's great at just stomping through infantry, going from one unit to the next. But he's going to watch out. Not a huge amount of armor, so biggins will hurt. So over here, 8-peak loonies, they're stuck in the front line, trying to get some work done. And there's those fanatics. They're going to do some damage to the Chosen. Some damage, not a huge amount, but it's going to help, you know. It helps get some damage in there. So the Goblobber now moving to try and get some hits on some Chosen. Here, Spirit Leech on these Chosen is really good for killing models, which is very nice. So it's going to start whittling them down. So look at that. Skill 5, nope, 6 models. 7 models, that Spirit Leech. It's not bad. It's not half bad against infantry. Because it tends to damage one thing at a time. And so that's really useful. So whereas like a Fate of Buna might not have killed a single one, Spirit Leech will actually kill them, which is really cool. So here, you can see the Crimson Killaz charging in, and there's the War. So the Crimson Killaz with their 63 melee attack and their huge splash damage, they're going to do some really good damage. But the Chosen with great weapons are very good at hacking through the armor of the Crimson Killaz. So, and then they're pretty damn good themselves. So Azag is trying to get in here, do some extra damage. There's some Archer Fire, but looks like the Chosen have doubled back to try and deal with these 8-peak loonies. Here, though, the Giant is really in the thick of things here. A load of this infantry is starting to run, because this is a very scary flank. With the Weird Spawn here, the Chosen, some extra Marauders, the Mirror Guard, and Sartorial all running around here. Now the Hounds have run in. This is very dangerous for the Greenskins. But the Giant is doing some really good work. A load of this stuff is terrifying, though, thanks to Sartorial, which is a real pity. Azag is in here, might not want to stick around, but Sartorial is taking huge damage at the moment. And that is not good, because there's still plenty of Black Orcs kicking around. These ones totally healthy. And yeah, plenty of Savage Orc Biggins as well to come back in and back them up. And things are looking, suddenly, a lot better for the Greenskins. You know, all the Chaos on this side, yeah, they won this flank, but they took a lot of damage. And there's nothing else over here. It was all on this flank. So yeah, they pushed forward, but with such a great anchor as the Giants just sat here wailing on everything, and the Black Orcs that can just completely halt any advance. Suddenly, the Chaos have lost their momentum somewhat. So here, the Savage Orc Biggins are chasing down Sartorial with that anti-large bonus, and Sartorial's real lack of armor. He's going to take some damage from these guys. He's trying to come in here and help deal with the Crimson Killaz, try and give these Chosen some respite, but they're taking a lot of damage. The other Chosen are charging in now, very close to the Giant there, which is very dangerous, but the Giant has held this stuff up for a long time. So over here, Hounds did get on top of the Goblobber, which has had 26 kills, not too bad, but Azag's in here trying to deal with these guys. A Spirit Leech on the Chaos Warhounds just to try and whittle them down quicker, because you've got to break these guys nice and quick. Because more units are coming in, you want this Goblobber to remain active so it can keep pounding all of these units. Because, yeah, I don't know, the Crimson Killers are starting to suffer a bit, but it looks like most of the armor piercing is off chasing this way, which is a bit of a problem. But these Black Orcs are just still so healthy. Javelins, still poised, but it doesn't look like they've been working as hard as they should have done. You know, they could have been worked a bit harder. You see, they've used very little ammunition for this late in the battle. So they'll get some damage into the Savage Orcs, which do really struggle against ranged attacks. But it would be great to take out this Giant. So the Giant, like I said, you know, it's only had 16 kills because it's a bit crap at killing things. Alright, it only hits so many units, but when it does, it kills, which is great. So it's dealing with these Chosen, at least trying to, but it's just held here for so long, it's kept all this stuff busy. So the Crimson Killers are able to sweep down the line, killing any unit they come across. And now they're on the Chosen that don't have the armor piercing to really deal with the Crimson Killers. So Azag here, getting a Spirit Leech on the Marauder Horseman, and with the Savage Orc Arrow Boys and the Savage Orc Biggins, well, they're done. They're done, there's no way. And unfortunately, with the War, suddenly everything starts taking a tremendous amount of damage, and everything starts breaking. All the infantry line is broken over here. Javelins, they're still going, but still throwing Javelins at the Savage Orc Biggins. Slight misuse of these Horsemen. They need to keep on valuable targets, but the amount of pressure the Greenskins were putting on here, it's been very difficult to keep Sartorial getting work done and not die. It's been very tough for Sartorial here. Very tough indeed. So very micro-intensive, because, you know, Riggsen has made it very difficult, you know, with Azag running around the place, and his line being a very good match for the Chaos line. You've got to make as much use of someone like a Sartorial as possible. With such a big threat, it's going to eat up a lot of your time. Here's a final transmutation, just ripping Azag apart. But Spirit Leech finishes off Sartorial. These guys suddenly go, should we throw some javelins? Yeah, let's throw some javelins. Oh god, he's coming for us, he's coming. Oh god, get out of here. This is terrible. Oh, I don't like it. And they run away. Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say. It's my Chaos Horseman impression. It's the horse speaking, if you're thinking, but shouldn't they have a Nordic accent? No, the horses aren't from Norska. No, they're imported. So they have a British accent. Everybody knows that. So, yeah, beautiful game. Beautiful game. I think both of these army comps are actually really good. But I think Riggsen just... He seemed to know what to expect here. He seemed to be expecting a lot of Chosen. Chosen can be such a problem for Greenskins. They really can. But the thing is with the Greenskins is things like the Black Orcs, they're going to be good against pretty much anything that the Warriors of Chaos might bring. You know, if there aren't any Chosen on the board, the Black Orcs are still going to be able to go toe-to-toe with any infantry, whether it's, you know, Chaos Warriors or Marauders, and that armor piercing is going to help them deal with things like, you know, Chaos Knights and stuff like that. They're very sturdy, so they're going to be useful regardless, and that being immune to psychology, that helped too. So it's really great to have these guys on board, and the Savage Orc Biggins just hit so hard. You can clean up units very quickly. Sure, they'll get cleaned up quite fast, but yeah, when you got your Black Orcs fighting elsewhere, you can kind of do without them. You know, all these guys could get completely wiped out. It wouldn't matter, because they would have done the damage, because they're Savage Orc Biggins, and they always get the damage in, especially with the War. So they'll always put in enough hurt that it almost doesn't matter if they get wiped out. This one clearly got focused down a bit, but, you know, let's ignore that. So they're just really good. I think this is a great pick, and certainly it would help if there were a lot more cavalry. The Giant, I think, is always a great pick. I think he's just so good, does so much damage. I mean, 23 kills is actually quite pathetic, but 2 chevrons in there. He clearly did some work, right? He clearly did a good job. This is when I get 20 comments saying, he already had 2 chevrons. Yeah, whatever, it's fine, I don't know. I wasn't paying that much attention at the start. So anyway, the Giant, it was great. I mean, it held up the word spawn, and held up one of the units it chosen. It's just a great roadblock, even if it doesn't get a lot of kills in, but 23, if that's 23 word spawn and chosen dead, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Certainly when it's keeping the Chosen busy and buying time for the Black Orcs just to sweep down the line and kill anything. It's pretty great. So I love this. Azag put in a lot of work. 70 kills from Azag. Rarely see that, because often people just bring him just to, you know, fly around in the air and Spirit Leech and Fate of Buna stuff, and that's about it. You know, it's rare that people get stuck in with him, but he is capable. He is quite capable. You just got to pick your engagements, you know, make sure you don't get bogged down by cavalry or dragon ogres or whatever. You can get a lot of work done with him. So this was a lot of fun. I very much enjoyed this. And yeah, this is just another example of, you know, when I show a load of replays of somebody, someone else comes in with a load of their replays to be like, look, see, he's beatable, I can beat him, which I think is really funny. So, sorry, Salmation. Yeah, didn't get this one. But yeah, this was great. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.